Hello Gemini and welcome to my channel GreenLion Goddess Tarot. We have Pentacle 8 Mercury Virgo has come out for you, and I feel like this reading is a lot going to be to do with your work or something that you're working at. So with that Pentacle 8 coming in right at the top there, then this is a reading for November the 16th through to the 30th, Gemini. This reading is for Sun, Moon and Rising, Gemini. So I always say, if you know all three of your placements, to watch all three because it gives you the fuller picture of what's going on for you. And also we have Pentacle 3, Venus Capricorn. Yes, definitely a lot of work in for energy, collaboration coming through, learning new skills is coming in as a theme. So we'll pull another card to come through. So with this reading, we are in Scorpio season, but moving into Sagittarius. There is a full moon in Taurus, which is a lunar eclipse, which is happening on the 19th, give or take a day, depending on Sagittarius has come out for you. Give or take a day, depending on where you are in the world. And we have Wand Prince Sagittarius Chariot has come out. And it's interesting because Sagittarius energy is your opposite sign. So whenever we come into your opposite sign energy, this is where, you know, it's kind of interesting because you are being challenged, but at the same time, if you can meet those challenges, it brings you into greater alignment. And so you can actually reap greater benefits from the things that they're bringing you. The challenges that are bringing, and this one Prince with the Sagittarius energy, I feel like is one of them. And this is something to do with your career. There's messages coming to do with your career about bringing in some success, but it is going to require some hard work and developing something, perhaps getting something off the ground. It does feel like there could be some expansion of a project or an idea that's coming through here. And I do believe that it could be related to something that could, be aligning you to a longer term goal. So let's see what else is coming through here. The Hierophant. Okay, this is the Taurus energy we've been talking about, crossed by the Seven of Wands. So this is where you might be dealing with institutions of some sort of even religion with the Hierophant, some kind of big commitment that you're trying to get yourself in a better position with. Here comes the Death energy, the Scorpio energy of transformation that's coming through here for you. At the base, we have the Eight of Swords. Okay, I do want to pull another card for that. The Six of Swords. Okay, fantastic. And we have the Queen of Cups in the recent past, the World card, something completes. The Four of Swords, that is you. The Tower, wow. Okay, some big changes happening here for you. The Queen of Swords. And this is what the eclipses do. They do bring this tower energy with them, Gemini, because it kind of shakes things up. And the Five of Wands. Okay, I want another card to go with that as well. Judgment. Okay, all right. Gosh, there is, again, like I was saying, there are challenges here, but this is what's on offer. This is the reward, the Nine of Pentacles, which is financial independence of some sort, or independence, feeling quite abundant in your world. So let's have a look at the situation, shall we, here, Gemini? There is a lot going on, and this is where I feel like you're going to be really busy and a lot of challenges, like we said, but I feel like it's all really good. There's a second chance on offer here. The Hierophant crossed by the Seven of Wands. This is the situation, the main situation coming in here. Now, the Hierophant can represent any kind of institution, a commitment. It can represent marriage as well. It can represent, a workplace if it's a fairly well-established conservative place. But it does pertain to society's laws, rules, expectations, morals. So there's something here that is kind of coming in quite strong with the Hierophant energy. And for me as well, this is around your soul energy, asking you to align to something and commit to something. And you're crossed by the Seven of Wands, which may be that you're not seeing that can get you in a better position, or you're not feeling that that's going to be able to get you in a better position, or you are just not thinking that you can get in a good enough position to be able to do what's being asked of you here. Because with the Death card and the Hierophant energy, right, underneath that Eight of Pentacles, I feel like there is something transforming in your world, something that you do need to work at. And this could definitely be to do with your career and work, as we said. So in your conscious mind, this is the death energy of transformation and change. Something needs to transform and change, or perhaps this is what you're wanting to bring in. It's right in there in the center of your mind. So look at what that is in your life, because with that Pentacle 8, there's a lot of positive energy around this. And I feel like this is something that it could actually really, bring a lot of benefit to you. I feel like, deep down, it's kind of interesting. You've got the Eight of Swords and the Six of Swords. This is at the base of the issue. The Eight of Swords is saying that there are limitations around it, or the way that you're seeing something has been limited. But beneath that, we have the Six of Swords. I want to kind of hold them. And it could be limitations in terms of how you're seeing things working. It could be related to movement. It could be related to travel, like moving quite literally. And that can be a big thing. It can be a small thing. But I feel like maybe you're not seeing that this move is possible here, or that things can start flowing a little bit more easily, because the Hierophant is a fairly established it's a fairly established energy. It can relate to tradition as well. And so this is where you might be wanting to move away from something that's quite traditional into something that's a little bit less so, but or be doing something a little bit different from the norm. But there seems to be like there's something in your head that's maybe just not showing you the solution at this moment in time. But it's okay. I can see it coming. So with the Queen of Cups we have in the recent past, this is a card of self-nourishment. It can relate to your mother as well, a mothering, nurturing energy, self-love. So it could be that there was someone that, there were things to do with your mother, something that you're developing around that you're wanting to work on. But this could also be developing self-love for yourself. So this is where there needed to be some time out to really, it could have been quite an emotional energy where it really wanted you to kind of look at what love you have to give. And especially to this Wand Prince energy, this Sagittarius Chariot. So this could represent a child of some sort as well. So it could be looking at the balance between that, but it can also just be a younger energy or something that needs to be developed in your life. So I feel like it's needing some nurturing and love to kind of get off the ground here, or to develop and mature into something else, whether this is a person or a passion project or a relationship that's come in. It's something that's sparking your passion with that Wand Prince. So it's like, it can be impetuous, but it is this lovely energy of creativity, and it could be very inspired as well. We have in the near future the World card. So this is where something completes. This is where a group project or something that you've been collaborating on, we see that there is an ending to this. And this actually brings with it a sense of freedom, a sense of liberation. And right underneath that Nine of Pentacles, it could be that you're finding yourself working a bit more by yourself in your own energy a little bit more, but it feels happy. So, it's kind of like happy to be in your own skin kind of thing, in your own energy, without having to need other people or to be working with other people. So you're presenting as the Four of Swords, which is, I feel like you might need a little rest. This might be the need to take some time out to really, rest and recover for something. Maybe it is a mindset shift as well with the Four of Swords right next to all these things going on inside your mind. I feel like, it's taking time out to meditate, contemplate, have some space for yourself to really work out what this is with this Eight of Swords, what it is that's actually limiting you and blocking you. And interestingly, this Four of Swords is inside, it's inside a cathedral vault. We can see the stained glass windows, and it's very much connected to the Hierophant, which is related to religion or a place of worship or a place of tradition, rules and regulations. So it's where you're looking at, society's rules and regulations. So it's where you're taking some time out to work out what what imagery or stories have been told to you around that? What has felt right to you? What you've taken on? What belief systems you've taken on? Because I feel like a lot of it is to do with your belief systems as well. What you've taken on and what you're ready to release. So where you're really ready to kind of upgrade or change some of those belief systems. So that's why it's kind of interesting with the Tower energy in the energy surrounding you. This is where there can be some dramatic shifts and changes coming in. And this is where there can be changes to routine, or it's where you can see people just suddenly, this may not be you, but this might be that the landscape is shifting quickly. So it may be other people just going, I'm not doing that anymore, people quitting their job, people walking out of things, things being shaken up with the Tower energy. And I actually feel like more so for you, Gemini, that you're observing this rather than this is happening to you. You're kind of seeing, because I actually strangely feel like you're very calm in the center of this, watching this happen to other people, these big shifts and changes. And it's activated change. The Tower really takes you out of an energy that wasn't built on a good foundation and wasn't right for you. And the people that are in this energy may or may not be aware of that. And the less conscious you are of this, then the greater the fall kind of energy that comes with it. But it is ultimately beneficial for them because it's bringing them to a place that is more aligned and right for them. And so I feel like, this, it could be happening to you, but I do feel like it's more that you've got this lovely ability to stand back, and it's quite a privileged position to be in, actually, where you're not in the chaos, where you're in the eye of the storm, and you can actually, it's a very mindful place, and actually observe what's happening to other people and then reflect on what's happening within yourself. And that's where we're getting that Four of Swords. You're able to make some decisions about things that aren't right for you, particularly to do with beliefs that you've been holding. And these can be big foundational beliefs that you have as well. And where you're actually in this kind of, like I said, quite privileged position to be able to shift and change that without it happening to you. It's a very empowered position. So your hopes and fears, we have fellow air sign, Queen of Swords, which is a Libran energy. And this is where your head is clear. This is where you have a clear head. Inside, you're resolved. Your thoughts are not confused, they're not fearful, it's just very clear, the path is clear. And so that's where we're working on this thing that's going on inside your mind. And I feel like, this is very much a hope that's coming in. Now, as an outcome, we have the Five of Wands and the Judgment card. So there's actually, interestingly, a little bit of conflict around, as we're seeing in the reading. There's chaos, and eclipses do bring that. They do shake things up. And so with the Five of Wands, there's a bit of conflict in terms of a group energy, but there's a second chance coming through with the Judgment energy. There's a lot of stuff coming up to be cleared out, and there's a double ending with the two tens there with the Judgment energy. So we've got the World and we've got Judgment. So there's a lot of things ending and shifting and changing at this moment in time. And so the Judgment energy clears a lot of energy out. Can be where you're wanting to really, I've got the words clean sweep. It's kind of like if when you get that energy that like spring clean, or the desire to purge something or rearrange your desk or clean out throw out all your old clothes, or, it's got this kind of purging energy in order to release some old to bring in this new. But it is a sense that something is come back around again, and it's really wanting to be developed and getting a second chance to develop into something different. So the old energy is completing around an idea, a plan, a work, a collaboration, however this presented in your life, and something has completed, and there is a bit of conflict about whether there is a second chance here or not, but I do feel like that's something that we'll explore more in the extended reading. But the Judgment energy, very much with the Death card and the Tower, they're big energies coming in for you here, Gemini. And this is where I feel like, yeah, there is a rebirth that comes with this judgment energy. And this is where we see it's so lovely that the Nine of Pentacles is what's at the base here, because this is the energy of freedom. This is the energy of feeling of gratitude as well. It's the energy of feeling free. It's independence that comes through. This could be financial freedom that's here on the table. So if there's something that around your workplace or an creative idea that's getting a second burst of energy, it could be, a sense of editing something, releasing something, and then there is a sense it can be reborn, however this is, in whatever this is in your life, and it could bring some money or financial freedom. So it's kind of interesting energy to come through. And I mean, this can be, like I said, the Wand Prince, this is kind of the central thing that you're working on here. And I do feel like with that Sagittarius energy, it's related to higher ideals, and it's related to your higher belief systems and your long-term goals. But it's also related to something that could make you money or give you some space, some independence. So, I do feel like it's like that pull out. They keep showing me things like that old dust off that old creative work or that old relationship or that old idea that you kind of put in the bottom drawer. Pull it out, dust it off, give it a clean out and have a look at it, because now's the time. It may not have been the right time previously for it, whereas now is the time that there's an opening. They're showing me just a crack and an opening that this can develop. And it's just a matter of having the insight to see that. So bring it out. It's time for this to kind of be re-looked at, something to be re-looked at and given a second chance. It says, I accept my uniqueness. Okay. There is no competition and no comparison, for we are all different and meant to be that way. I am special and wonderful. I love myself. So I'm going to put that right next to that Queen of Cups there, because she is all about self-love and this idea. That's why I think this idea that's coming in and being developed, this Wand Prince, this passion that's coming up here that's wanting to develop, is related to self-love and loving yourself. So with that, there's the desire to work at something. So it says, as I say yes to life, life says yes to me. Yes. Life mirrors my every thought. As I keep my thoughts positive, life brings to me only good experiences. So that's also really positive. And just the Hierophant energy can represent marriage as well. So, this could be a second chance at a marriage or a long-term commitment, or yes, I feel like there's a proposal of some sort that comes through with this energy, and doesn't have to be necessarily a marriage proposal, but could be, but it's a proposal of some sort that you're revisiting something. So that feels exciting. Let's pull a charm for you here, Gemini. Oh, wow. Okay. So I'm just going to put it here so we can put it up on the screen. Yes, I love this for you actually, because interestingly, we have the tree, and I always think of family tree. You can see that the growth has been restricted with the circle around it. It's got a very Saturnian energy, and it kind of reminds me a lot of like the Pentacle 8 that's come out with the circle around it. And what it is, it's time for new growth. It's time to branch out. It's time to branch away from something that has quite literally been had a circle put around it, a boundary put around it of some sort, that this is how far you go and you don't go beyond that. And this is where you're thinking, yeah, I'm ready to go beyond this. And this is where it comes back to that central theme of belief systems, because I feel like a lot of this comes down to family and religion and what you were brought up with as a foundational belief in your world, and questioning that, seeing where you can move beyond that. Doesn't mean throwing out the baby with the bathwater, but it's like maybe there's something that has it within that has been holding me back. And so this is where it's kind of looking at that bigger picture kind of stuff. And so, yeah, I feel like it's saying that there is something that really needs to grow and branch out beyond the normal, the box. Think outside the box here and really just see, because there's a period of growth on offer here for something or that needs to be or wants to be developed. So yeah, it feels very exciting. But like I said, because we're going to moving into the Sagittarius energy, which is your opposite energy, it is saying that they want you to do work to get this up and running. But yeah, like I said, the rewards can be bigger. So yeah, that's it. That's it, Gemini. Sorry, I was thinking about Sagittarius, the Sagittarius chariot there. And, you know, this is all leading into, there is actually going to be a solar eclipse on December the 4th in Sagittarius. So it is actually all leading towards that, which is actually going to be almost like a potential to reset something in your life. So this is where this is kind of like the leading up energy to that. So whatever it is that you're developing now is something that could actually, I'm kind of getting pull you through that energy. It might actually, like, whilst this might seem like a smaller energy, it might actually grow to be the main energy. So if that makes sense. And in that solar eclipse energy, it feels like a lot of other things, plans might change, things might kind of go by the wayside, and this energy is going to get bigger and pull you further. So that's kind of what I'm getting for you, Gemini. So this is where I'm going to leave this part of the reading. I'm going to take it over to the extended reading now. We're going to look at what else is coming in with this second chance, with what's being developed here, with what's completing, what's changing. There's a lot of big energy shifting and moving here. So we're going to look at that in the near future and the future beyond, and ask some more questions about that and get some more clarity around that and see where this is going, see what's happening once you break free of something and branch out. But yeah, this feels exciting. It feels big, and I think it's going to it'd be good for you, because it's going to feel like it's going to keep you occupied, but it's going to really feel like you can want to throw yourself into this. So that's a really nice energy. And then also in the extended reading, we're going to look at career, money, love, and relationships, and really tune in on those three areas and focus in and pull some cards specifically for that. So that's all in the extended reading. I would love it if you come over, Gemini, because I feel like there's a lot here for you. And it's always an interesting read. So the link is in the description box below. I usually pin the link to the comments as well. And if this is where we're leaving each other, take care, Gemini. Please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment if you appreciate this content, because that lets YouTube know that you are supporting the channel and helps with the growth of the channel. So thanks, Gemini. See you next time.